So this is a psychic story. This is a very common kind of an adventure that is like, it's a secret in plain sight. Things like this happen all the time, and we just kind of dismiss it as just coincidence or not very important. But it's actually kind of important. It's representative of something that is inherent in being a human, or being an animal anyway, or being in this physical world. And it doesn't quite shape up to tell you that this is only the physical part of a being. There's something else going on with this, but I'll tell you what happened. When I was 6 or 7 years old, I received one of the best Christmas presents a young boy could receive in the 1960s, a toy that pretends to shoot. This is my Christmas story. It was a glorious electrical wonder, lights and everything needed to operate it, complete with batteries included. After seeing my deep felt joy, my next oldest brother, number 2 of 4, had an equally deeply felt jealousy. So this toy, it was it's called a Pom Pom Gun. It represented the turret of a battleship, but just the turret, just the guns, and a little control for it. So, first chance he was alone with me, he saw me, how happy I loved that thing, but he didn't like that happiness to be on me. So, sometimes jealousy can hit you when you're young. So, the first chance he was alone with me on the same Christmas day, facing me and looking into my eyes, staring right into my eyes, right in front of me, smashed the Pom Pom Gun into tiny broken little pieces on the floor. One vindictive smash and my heart was broken. I don't even remember if he was punished for this. I am totally sure I must have went crying to our mom, though I don't remember it. That is also part of his joy in this drama, even worth the punishment. I have no other memories of that day myself. In fact, I probably would have forgotten that day completely, being 60 years ago or so, and except for that one first trauma. I remember the smashing. That's it. So this set in motion an interesting spiritual event. But now my first personal observation, I actually heard about it some years later. So I'm a second person in this story, even though I'm the focus of the story. Brother number 2, the one who did this thing, is the first person in this. This happened to him. So as a young family with young boys living in a small house, all the other older brothers slept in one room in the basement. Basically a painted root cellar. So number 2 had his bed just a few feet from mine. And this is where it happened, in that room. That same night, or possibly the next night, after the Pom Pom Gun was busted, basically the short version is this. I bilocated. That is, where a person appears in 2 places at once and not doing the same things in both places. So in that bedroom, it having no windows at all, we left a light on at night. This is so we could safely navigate into the bathroom upstairs. My number 2 brother, laying in bed, began to feel uncomfortable one night. And then he woke up to look at the source of his discomfort. Looking right at him, standing at the foot of his bed, was me. I was at the foot of his bed, just staring at him with a most glaring and ugly look. The kind of look that shows there is a vision of you boiling in oil where your skin peels off. But then he looked over at my bed, and I was still in it, sleeping, and not with my eyes open, or that look on my face and laying in bed sleeping. Needless to say, he did what a 9-year-old boy would do. He buried himself under his covers, shivering and rattled until he went back to sleep. I know him. This had nothing to do with human guilt. At that young age, he would be proud to know he got a little closer to getting even. An infinite task for him, one he sometimes loved to work at. I don't know if I would believe this story if my parents had not confirmed it to me. In fact, I don't think he told this to me at all. That would be too close to admitting being in the wrong. I know how this may reflect on myself, but honestly, I have the scars to prove my point. This really did happen. My brother really did do stuff like that to me. Did I ever forgive him? Oh, certainly. One must forgive the behavior, young kids, for your own good, if nothing else.